Are you wondering what it takes to get a loan for your next Utah home? Well, good news, you're in the right place. I'm Natalie, your suburb specialist of Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm here with one of my favorite local lenders, Spencer Stott with Unified Lending. He's been in the business over 20 years. As a side note, he's been training for his 12th Ironman triathlon. Good luck on that.
Oh, I'll need it for sure, thank you.
Okay, Spencer, I know a lot of our clients moving to Utah are out-of-state buyers. They're usually excited, but pretty overwhelmed by the process. Let's break down the initial steps for them, and of course, let's make sure it doesn't sound like a nightmare.
Totally, challenge accepted. Honestly, there's just a few simple steps through the process, but the first one, let's start with credit.
I tell my clients that they need to get their credit score checked. It's the starting point no matter where they're moving from. You don't want to just hope it's good enough.
Right, yeah. You know, a good place to start is a 620. If you can get to 620 and above, that should be the goal. We can do loans into the 500s, that's fine, but the 620 is a good starting point. If you can get to a 700 and above, that's even better. That's where the magic happens. That's when you get the lowest interest rates and monthly payments. But honestly, the most important thing is to get ahead of it. So what I mean by that is, let's look at your credit in advance, maybe 3 or 6 months in advance. That way we can make some tweaks if we need to, improve your credit so that when you're ready to buy down the road, you're in the best possible position.
And after the credit score, I always tell them to start collecting the essentials like income, asset documents, and debts. Moving across state lines can mean a new job or different financial situation. So it's good to know exactly where they stand.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When it comes to documentation, really all we need to know is that you have a job and that you make money. It's as simple as that. We'll ask for things like your paycheck stubs, your W-2s. Sometimes we'll ask for bank statements, even sometimes 401k statements, asset documentation like that. What we're trying to determine is what your debt to income ratio is. Once we have that number, which the maximum is 50% of your monthly gross income. So once we have that number, then we can accurately determine how much you actually qualify for.
As the suburb specialist of Salt Lake City, I know our state has a ton of variety. Mountain views, desert landscapes, you name it. But when it comes to the down payment, a lot of my out-of-state buyers are worried about it. They've heard 20% is the magic number, but that's not always the case, is it?
Actually, no. It's probably the biggest myth in our business. I hear it all the time. You don't need 20% down to buy a house. In fact, we can get as little as 3% down payment and sometimes even less, depending on the type of loan we get you qualified for.
Right, and if they're putting less than 20% down, they'll probably need to budget for private mortgage insurance. It's just one of those things that go hand in hand with lower down payments. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely an extra cost.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the downsides, I guess. If you have less than 20% down payment, then you're going to be required to pay PMI or private mortgage insurance. Basically, all it means is a little extra on your monthly payment. But the biggest thing that I hear from my clients is they're surprised at how little that amount is. So it's not that bad. And the nice thing about it too is it's not permanent. So yes, you have to have it in the beginning, but there's a lot of different ways we can take that off down the road.
So now we've covered the credit score, income, debts, and down payment. What other things should they keep in mind when moving to Utah, Spencer?
Good question. I'd say the first thing is we have to nail down the loan type, whether it's a conventional loan, a VA loan, FHA, or even USDA. Oftentimes when you're moving into Utah from out of state, sometimes we can get you qualified for a VA loan if you're involved with the military in some way. And in my opinion, the VA loan is hands down the best loan on the market. There's no down payment required, interest rates are amazing, and there's no PMI. So that's a really good option if that's there for the borrower.
A VA loan sounds like a huge benefit, especially for those moving to work on Hill Air Force Base or Camp Williams. But what about buyers who aren't military veterans? How do we know what loan is right for them?
So yeah, if you're not a veteran, honestly, if you've got a good credit score and a down payment, most likely a conventional loan is going to be the best option for you. But if you happen to have less than perfect credit or a small down payment, then FHA is a good option. And also if you're a first-time home buyer, FHA is perfect. There's also an option for USDA loan. If you happen to be looking for a home that's in a rural area, like for example, maybe up in Weber County or maybe the Heber Valley area, things like that, USDA is a great option because they also don't require a down payment and interest rates are amazing.
Sounds like we have a lot of options. And then once we figured out the right loan and they've gathered all their paperwork, tax returns, pay stubs, and bank statements, we can start the pre-approval process, right?
You got it. Once we get the documentation and we get you pre-approved, then we can give you the pre-approval letter, which is their ticket for home shopping.
The pre-approval letter is vital. It lets sellers know they're serious and the lender has already taken a look at the buyer's ability to perform on their promise to purchase their property, especially in a competitive market like Utah. Without it, they're pretty much just window shopping.
Exactly. This is when the fun actually starts.
Yes, house hunting is my favorite part of the process, no doubt. This fun still includes a bit of paperwork, inspections, and making sure the appraisal comes in on time, right?
Yes. Okay, you're right. I guess that's kind of the boring part of the whole thing, but I get them pre-approved. You get to find the perfect house for them. Once they have that, then we get them to finish line as a team.
So the big steps for out-of-state buyers are pretty much the same: credit score, income, debt, and down payment. But then we focus on finding the right loan and getting that pre-approval so they can start shopping for their dream home in Utah with me. Well, thanks, Spencer. I think we've covered it all. And to everyone considering moving to Utah, it's a great place to call home. Whether you're here for a career move or for skiing, our incredible mountains, or the outdoors, or just the amazing communities.
And if you're ready to get started and get pre-approved, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to talk to you and get the process started for you.
Spencer Stott's team and I, your suburb specialist of Salt Lake City, look forward to making your out-of-state move to Utah a reality. We're excited to help you through every step of the way.